season of Repartee, season 2. It's the inaugural episode. We about to kick it off. My birthday was yesterday. We about to drop this new website. We about to drop this new intro. I'm excited for all the things to come. And because I love you guys so much and I don't want you to miss out on anything, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you're new to the Partee, then welcome. All my returning Partee people, I love you guys so much. Thank you for rocking with me. We're going strong every Tuesday this season. Every single Tuesday. So from now up until December 31st, you can expect a new episode of Repartee every Tuesday at 8 p.m. right here on YouTube or on repartee.com. Now that we got some business out the way, let's go ahead and kick off the first question of season 2. Let's do it. So this week's question was, if I used to have an STD but I don't anymore, should I tell my current partner? If you used to have an STD but don't anymore, should you tell your current partner? I said it last season, I'm gonna say it this season too. Baby, you need to process with Prosecco, honey, because I just don't know. But while I think about it and finish off my Prosecco, let's check out what those Partee people had to say.
So the question was, if I used to have an STD, but I don't have it anymore, should I tell my partner, even though I don't have it now? If your partner used to have an STD, but doesn't have one now, should they tell you?
Yes.
So the question is, if your significant other used to have an STD, but they don't anymore, should they tell you?
Yes. The fuck?
I don't feel like it's fully relevant, only because as a man who did have the STD, I think that he should be able to learn from that experience so that when he's in the newer relationship, he wouldn't have to experience that.
Because you don't know, it could be a recessive thing. And I feel like if we're talking about long-term conversation and trust building.
Absolutely. One, because if you're significant and I'm significant in your life, then I feel like we should be able to share these things.
No.
If she asks, then he can be honest. But if it's not a question and it's not relevant and she doesn't ask, then I don't feel like he should bring that up.
Like, you should always ask about your partner's sexual history, and they choose to hide that from you. It shows that, one, they don't trust you with the information, and or two, they're just shady.
Two, you should fucking tell me. Because that shit can come back. You're not a doctor. I need to know.
Shout out to everybody that's doing those video interviews. You guys are hilarious. We definitely don't want to miss out on anybody that's contributing via Instagram. All you have to do is go to my Instagram account, click on the QTNA highlight, and then answer some of those questions, and you might see your answer right here on Repartee, like we're about to get into right now. Jenna Benawina said, if their most recent test was clean, it's not pertinent information. Okay, Super Cyan 06 said, hell yeah. Or I agree, okay? You need to tell me. CR_Lily said, if you want to be completely honest, yes. Home of the High Sock said, nah, it's taken care of. What's the point? Now, if it's HSV, that's forever. A True Gentleman said, yeah, because they run the risk of catching something that may come back from remission. And lastly but not least, Alex_D said, I would like to know because the whole testing combo is important. Here's how I feel. I totally agree with Alex. I feel like we have to get more comfortable with talking about getting tested. HIV and AIDS is running prevalent through the Black community, especially in Atlanta, and I feel like it's because we're not being bold enough to have those conversations. However, when it comes to getting naked and getting into the bed, we bold then. Everybody's a big girl and big boy then, but we have to be able to put on our big girl and big boy drawers at the same time and have those conversations about getting tested. I can't stress how important that is to make sure that you're getting tested. On another note, put yourself in the shoes of the partner. You are in a new relationship. It's going well. It's going great. She's attractive. He's fine. He got muscles. She got booty. You know, everything's looking up and up. And because you didn't ask, this new partner of yours did not disclose that he used to have an STD, that she used to have an STD. And now you guys have had intercourse and things are kind of hot down there. Things are burning, they're itching, they're not normal, you're not feeling great. Now you have to go to the doctor and get tested. I want to empower our generation to be proactive and not reactive. I want us to get tested before we have sex and not get tested because we've had sex and we feel like something's off. I also want my generation to go to the freaking doctor. Stop getting on Google. Stop being your own physician, your own OBGYN doctor. Go get tested, go get swabbed, get your blood drawn, do whatever you have to do. The worst thing you can do for yourself is guess what's wrong with you. Especially if it's in this sensitive area down here, you need to just go ahead and get that tested. Go ahead and rule out any of the bad things by getting tested. I think a lot of people are afraid of getting tested because they're afraid of the unknown. As young people, we have to get more comfortable being upfront and honest about those types of things, because an STD could be temporary, but it could also be life-altering. It could be a forever thing. There are plenty of free clinics. If you have medical insurance, it's probably a part of your coverage to get tested. I really want to encourage everybody that if you are having sex and you haven't been tested recently, go ahead and get tested. Ladies, when you're getting your pap smears done, more than likely your doctor's going to ask you if you want to get swabbed for chlamydia and gonorrhea. Even if you've been having safe sex, you always want to err on the side of caution and just go ahead and get that test done. Condoms are, 99% effective against pregnancy, but it doesn't secure you against all STDs. So you just want to make sure that you're armoring yourself and your body and giving your body an opportunity to experience longevity. You know, honestly, I commend you for bringing this up in the first place, because I feel like a lot of people get caught in these situations and they just opt out of saying anything to their partner. So kudos to you for bringing this up in the first place. I think that we need to get more comfortable with having these types of conversations, because it honestly could save someone's life. It honestly could liberate somebody who may have had an STD before, they have an STD right now, and they're struggling to be honest with themselves, be honest with their partners about it. We need to get more open and real about having these conversations. Diseases exist, mistakes happen, things go awry, but that doesn't mean that life is over for you. There's still love after this. So how often should we be getting tested? If you're switching partners, I think every time you switch and get a new partner, you should go ahead and get tested again, to just clear out any suspicion that the last person gave you something and that you're not about to give the new person anything else. If you've been in a relationship for a long time, hopefully you've already taken the step and gone to get tested. But if not, I still encourage you to go get tested now. You just want to make sure, again, that there's nothing that's lingering inside of our bodies and in our bloodstreams that'll impact or affect another person. If you're dealing with multiple people, you also want to make sure you're having an open and honest conversation with them, saying that, hey, I am engaged with other people sexually, so I do want to keep that open and honest and upfront with you. If you feel the need to go get tested, hey, I'll do it with you. So in conclusion, I definitely think you should tell your new partner that you've had something before. It'll open up the dialogue for you all to talk about STDs and going to get tested. If you're nervous about going to get tested, go with your boo, go with your significant other, go with your best friend, go with your parents, because it's something very important that we need to start taking much more serious. I want to see us all live full lives and be able to enjoy all that life throws our way. Make sure you're not trying to be your own doctor. Make sure you're just not skipping over these conversations, because they're super important. Make sure you're being open and honest and upfront about if you're messing with other people. Just make sure you're governing yourself and your partners at all times. You know, at Repartee, it's a judge-free environment, but I want to definitely make sure that everybody is equipped with the knowledge they need to be safe. So that's a wrap for our first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed what we talked about today. We can keep the party going on the after party. Check out my Instagram. We're going live in the next couple of minutes to keep the discussion going. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you visit repartee.com. Check out some of those blog posts I've been writing for you guys, and also subscribe to the website. I want to thank you guys for joining me for another episode. Make sure you're following my social media handles. I'm Repartee on everything. I'm really excited about all the things that are coming down the pipeline for season 2. Again, thank you, Partee people, for rocking with me. If this was your first time here, I really hope you enjoyed our new experience. If this is your second time, if you've been here multiple times, welcome back. Let's keep the party going strong. But until next Tuesday, y'all,